I thought it was almost over. Guess not. Well, what's going on with your YouTube? Jumpman Chris here. We're coming back at y'all with another vid. And I know you guys are probably sick about me talking about the lost and found. But you know what, man? For it being probably going to be most people's sneaker of the year, and a lot of people's hyped up, and all the drama that's surrounding this release, hey, the drama hasn't ended. We have some good news and we have some bad news. Bad news is, well, looks like Nike has been canceling orders on the on this pair for one was it for molding, so they say, I guess. Hey, we wanted the vintage look, right? And it was definitely vintage with all the mold. All being seriousness, Nike were canceling some orders because of that, and also apparently maybe some good news for some people. Also, Nike is canceling some botting orders too as well, because you guys knew how it was, man. There was over 300,000 pairs on the sneakers app, and it felt like almost not that many people hit, honestly. I mean, there was definitely some people that did hit, but there was a lot more L's out there. With that being said, there's probably a lot more demand, and botters did cook this release, guys. Yes, I want to say a lot of bots did get through, and a lot of bots probably put in like 600 entries, or I saw some botters got like a 20 clip or 50 clip or whatever. So usually what they do is like they put in like multiple entries in it, and it, you know, it's kind of like a numbers game. And then you know, eventually so like if you put in like 1,000 entries and you maybe hit like 10 pairs or 20 pairs, I mean, that's like a small percentage, but you still got 20 pairs, which is still pretty good to me. So Nike is canceling some orders out there. So if any, probably most likely some botters, if they put in the same address and stuff like that. Because remember when Nike, they put out a statement saying if they find out if you are, you know, trying to stop reselling, and if you're copping multiple pairs, or you're buying like, you know, a whole bunch, and they're trying to stop the returns and everything. You remember that statement when Nike was putting, they're trying to stop the resellers? I think that they were mainly trying to stop the botters, and that's why they made that policy. And if they catch people who do bot, and if you're botting and you have like 20 pairs sent to the same address, it's probably gonna catch it as a red flag, and they're probably gonna cancel a whole bunch of orders. I think some botters did end up getting through. If you guys already know, botters, they're pretty smart. They know how to finesse this way. They either get like multiple addresses and, you know, all kinds of stuff. You guys gotta think this was the one release that a lot of people was waiting for, because recently a lot of releases hasn't been doing anything. You know, no one's been hyped on any of the past few releases. This was the one release that a lot of people were looking forward to, and this was the one shoe that a lot of people was really want to get. So I can understand why a lot of these botters came through, and a lot of resellers too as well. It was just mayhem with this release. But I also did hear is from people that had Nike stores, a lot of the leftovers. Some places were doing first come first serve, but I heard a lot of places like Nike stores were doing that had leftovers. They shipped it back to Nike, so they say. So we could potentially see them back on the sneakers app for maybe like a Jordan reservation or something like that, you know, for the lost and found. You just kind of don't know when they're going to be doing that. So we could see something like that. So that's the good news. We might see the lost and founds back on the sneakers app from all the leftovers and the cancel orders. So who knows how many pairs are actually going to be on there. It won't be that easy, like how, you know, like it won't be like this release how there was 300,000 pairs, but there might be a couple thousand pairs on the app whenever they do decide to drop it. So just stay tuned for that, guys. So, you know, there is some hope out there, but when will they drop it? Probably sometime next year, I would think, or maybe even Christmas time. You know, potentially. Hey, holiday miracles, right? Other good news we might be seeing. If you guys didn't know, a lot of like Foot Lockers and Champs, a lot of stores didn't get their pairs on time, and I did hear that some of the leftovers might be going back on the app, or they're hanging on 2 pairs. So we probably will see the lost and founds back on the Flex app. Depending on what your store has, you know, if your store, like I said, some stores only got GS sizes, some stores only got their men's sizes, maybe they got some men's sizes here and there. So we'll probably see the lost and founds back on the Flex app, you know, for Champs and Foot Locker, maybe in kids Foot Locker. It kind of reminds me like how it was for the Hyper Royals and the University Blues last year. I did end up getting a W on the University Blues when they did like a restock, because you guys knew how it was back in 2021, man. It was like really bad shipment delays throughout the whole year, and a lot of stores didn't get their pairs on time. It was like I think it was like a month away from the release. So stay tuned for that. It should be coming up pretty soon. Some other stores are probably gonna get late shipments in, But you already know how that's gonna go. You know, I hope you're in good with your store. So in case something happens, the manager could call you up like, hey, we got a couple pairs in. You know, maybe you want to grab your size or something. It's just kind of usually how that works. That's pretty tough. Yeah, man, I really just hate the way how releases are nowadays. Ever since the whole pandemic in 2020, how releases been with late shipment, it just doesn't seem when a hype release comes out, it's never smooth. It's either late shipments, some stores don't have pairs, some stores only got men pairs or GS pairs. It's never smooth. You know, if every store in, you know, every site can have all their pairs in one, it wouldn't be nearly as tough as what it is now. So just stay tuned for that. We will have other chances to get the lost and founds. Now, will it be easy? No. In my past experience with the Hyper Royals and the University Blues, it's never been easy. You know, it's less pairs than the release, and you know, there's a whole bunch of people either on one site or, you know, some always just, it's just never easy because there's so many people that want to get on to get these things, and it's just so much demand on it. So it's still not going to be easy, but there is another chance, just saying. But slim chance, but still another chance. In other news, don't forget Alma Maniere. My pair hasn't shipped out yet. I don't know, for whatever reason. Some people already got their pairs already. I think those are the people that got, you know, were the raffle winners from when they did like the video raffle. But I actually got on the site, so I don't know when I'm gonna get mine. Hopefully I get mine soon, but I think Alma Manieres are going through the orders and they're canceling out bots too as well. They're canceling bot orders or multiple orders. I'm luckily I only got one pair. We will probably end up seeing another second chance on the Alma Manieres too. I'm hearing it will most likely be like an in-store raffle at Alma Maniere, or it could be back on the site. No announcement just yet, but I do know that the sneakers app is releasing on the 23rd, and also in other boutiques too as well, because even my local area is doing it. I think Trophy Room, a couple other random like, you know, tier 0 stores are also getting them too as well, so they're doing in-store raffles. So that, just stay tuned for that in your local area or whatever. Alma Manieres are coming out again, so second chance for the Alma Manieres, guys. Will it be easy? No. Best chance is probably going to be, again, sneakers app, but hopefully sneakers can find a way to fight against these botmans. The bots are a problem on the sneakers app in Nike nowadays. It is such a problem. It's going to be tough. It really is, because you can't compete with someone. When I tell you guys, you know, my best strategy is like, yo, make sure you get multiple accounts, as in like your wife's account and your mom's account and so on and so forth. But when these bots, they put in like 100 entries in, you're fighting against 100 to your 1. It's not fair, absolutely. So it's going to be tough. I really don't know how Nike's going to fight against this whole bot and all botting system, because, you know, bots, again, they always find a way, man. Bot people are very, very smart people, but it takes so much resources and effort to fight against the bots, and you know, that way consumers don't get upset about it. But you know, that's just usually how it works out, man. I really hope that Nike figures out how to fight against bots. I mean, I think EA is probably one of the best ways, but again, I don't never ever hit on EA. That's always tough. I hate EA too as well, because I don't know the criteria and what is it like to be selected, and like how do I get W's from EA? I really don't know what's the best solution. I really don't. To fight against everybody, and it's tough to get these shoes, especially when it's a hype release like this, when it's a shoe that everybody's looking forward to. To me, it's still the shoe of the year so far, I want to say. If I start to do my top 10, I think I'm gonna put the Lost and Founds as number 1. I still gotta wait till I get my Alma Maniere 4s in hand, but other than that, I just don't know what else can compete with Lost and Founds. Just saying. So especially with all how the craziness this release was, and just like the OG classic colorway, how everything about the shoe, the execution about the shoe, I just think they did a very good job with the presentation, the storytelling. I just love it, man. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much the end of the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, guys, man. It's been a crazy few days. Just got back from Miami, and I will see you guys back in Orlando this weekend on November 26th, guys. I will be at the Kicks for Your Soul event, guys. They're also doing championship belt for the best on your feet, and they're also giving a ring for the table, a couple giveaways and stuff like that, man. It's always a good time in Orlando, so make sure you guys pull up, guys. Should be a good time. Guys, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. If you guys don't mind, please hit that thumbs up, subscribe if it's your first time here, comment down below, and please hit that bell for all the notifications when I do drop vids. And don't forget to follow me on all my social media at JumpinChris on IG, sometime on Twitter, and don't forget Snapchat. I'm also on TikTok Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'm Jumpman Chris. Push.